Hello folks, today we are going to reading Sail Away, the
Ballad
of Skip and Nell.
By Mem Fox, illustrated by Pamela Loss. This is one of my favourite, and I get to practice my Australian accent. Okay.
Ready?
'Twas in the Northern Territory, 2 dingo pups did dwell. The cattlemen, their neighbours, called 'em Skip and Little Nell. One night beside a low campfire, they heard the men talk loud about a boat race way out west that'd make all Aussies proud. One said he'd give his 2 eye teeth to be there at the race. My oath, too right, the other said, with longing on his face. Sounds great, said Skip to Little Nell. Well then, let's go, said she. It's much too far across the land, but we could go by sea. The dingo pair set out to sail. Their hearts were beating fast. Their boat was but a red gum log, with neither sail nor mast. Before too long the log turned east, and Skip began to yell. We should be going west, he cried. Tough luck, said Little Nell. We'll get there in the end, she said. It's just a longer trip. We'll see that race, I promise you. I hope you're right, said Skip. They travelled up and round and down, and then at last pulled in to happy Queensland, Sunshine State, to visit kith and kin. They made a friend while they were there, an old cane toad called Clyde. I've heard about that race, he said. Would you give me a ride? They hollowed out the logs some more to give them extra space, and once again they all set off for that important race. In New South Wales they stopped a while to add a mast and sail. Now cheer up, Skip, said Little Nell. With these we'll never fail. Where are they? Where are they here?
There, look like they're in Singapore, I don't know.
Singapore?
Sorry.
With the Sydney Harbour Bridge and the Opera House?
Yeah, okay, Sydney.
They took on board a cockatoo. Oh, let me come, she cried. So Skip and Nell and Clyde and Bird sailed out upon the tide. It's hopeless, Little Nell, said Skip. We're travelling much too slow. We'll never get to Perth on time. We'll miss the whole darn show. Now, Skip and Nell, enough of that. Of course we'll get there, mate. I'll just design a bigger boat and then we won't be late. Their next stop was Victoria, where near the Yarra Blue, a wombat friend whose name was Ben decided he'd come too.
Woohoo!
They all began, as good mates will, to work both night and day until that boat was redesigned. 3 cheers, hip hip hooray! They sailed towards Tasmania, did Skip and Little Nell, and Ben and Clyde and Cockatoo felt seasick from the swell.
Oh,
They look pretty
sad.
sick, don't they?
Okay.
'Twas there a Tassie devil rare named Rupert leapt aboard. I want to join your famous crew and see that race, he roared. We'll need another sail, said Nell. South Oz will be the place to buy a splendid spinnaker to take us to the race. 'Twas there they found the bright red sail which made their boat complete. 'Twas there they named it Dinky Di, and Nell's heart skipped a beat. A kangaroo then joined the crew, the one whose name was Kate. Well, hurry up and get on board, said Skip, or we'll be late. Across the bight, through massive seas, the Dinky Di was tossed. By waves so high they reached the sky, and Skip thought all was lost. Then at last the wind died down and Dinky Di stood still. We'll never make it now, said Skip, and even Nell felt ill. But friendly dolphins passing by gave him a helpful shove. They pushed the boat right on to Perth while Cocky flew above. Be quick, the Crocky cried. The race has just begun. Ah, stone the crows, yelled Little Nell. I've never had such fun. The dolphins pushed with all their might. The boat sped through the spray. We're in the race, cried Little Nell, and Skip knelt down to pray. They raced past boats both big and small. They passed them every one. The crowd went mad and roared and cheered. The Dinky Di had won. Now all that happened long ago, but I remember well the day that boat race far out west was won by Skip and Nell.
That's the end of our story, folks. Like and subscribe to see more.